And I think one of the where you started this story, and something I want to get a little bit into, is this idea of intuition. We know from a feminine standpoint, women have better intuition than men. It's just something that's been talked about so much. I wonder, and I wonder if you could challenge that men have a wonderful intuition. We've just moved away from it through things like toxic masculinity and other things, and feeling that we shouldn't. And with that said, I want to know why you honed in on men versus just the general population of people you think you could help as well. But I'd love to hear why it's the man movement in general.
That's a great question. I never was around men. My whole life was women. Nightlife is women, right? It's all about get the women in the club, get the women, women. There's nothing wrong with that. The version of me in digital advertising was all about proving I'm enough through money, through growth, through apartments, through cars. And it was all about getting the divine feminine to acknowledge the unworthiness in me so I could feel worthy. And I knew my work was surrounding myself in men. And I didn't have a plan. That's what's interesting, right? I didn't say like, I'm set out to be a men's empowerment coach. That's the one thing I didn't do this time. For anyone listening, is like, people are like, well, you gotta have a plan. And the interesting thing is, when I was hiking on the trail, my mantra was, the plan is to have no plan. Because people would say, what are you doing today? And I'd say, I don't know, but I know I'm walking. I know I'm walking, and I know the end point is Katahdin Mountain. That's all I know. But I'm available. That's when life turns the dial. And when you were speaking, there was something that came up that was like, bing, share this with people. When I was building the man movement, my money was going like this. I mean, we're talking down to like, bro, you have like $100 in your bank account. What the? Right? And my old boss, Ryan Doherty, calls me right in that moment. Come to Vegas. I'm opening up 5 new spots. I want you to like come and see him. And I'm like, well, I want to see you regardless, but my inner compass is like, oh, not this again. So I fly out there, hanging out with him. He's a great guy. I love him, right? So I always want to be around Ryan, just a fun, amazing human being. And he showed me these places, and I'm like, yeah, this is great, you know? And my inner me is like, oh, really? Nightlife Jerry, you're going to be him again? All this work? Eat, pray, love for dudes to go back to this? Damn. So he tells me, all right, I'm going to make you an offer. And I'm going to call you in like a week or so, right? I'm like, all right. And I go back to Topanga, and I'm sitting there in my house like this. This can't be happening. And my phone rings. It's one of my mentors. His name is Ken Owen. What are you doing, young man? What's up, K-Bear? You know, I'm working, you know, this and that. I might go back to Vegas. And is that what you want to do? I said, no, that's not what I want to do. And he said, why are you wasting your time doing things that don't make you feel love? I said, well, I got to make money. He said, that's your problem? I said, in the moment, yeah. He said, I'll call you right back. Okay. 5 minutes later, I get a phone call from this woman, Laura. And now I'm thinking, who's Laura? Is her husband going to be my first client for MVM Movement, right? She says to me, well, when Ken Owen calls me and tells me to drop everything and do a favor, I drop everything and do a favor, right? Because Ken has that power of enrollment. And she said, I run an SBA PVP loan company. Tell me about your finances. I said, what finances? I fucking haven't worked in a year. She does some magical wizard shit. And within 15, 20 minutes of a phone call, she says, cool, I just got you $17,000. I said, what? She said, yeah, you get it in 48 hours. Just sign documents when they come. What? 48 hours, I have $17,000 in my bank account. And I was like, oh my God, literally, oh my God. I'm good. I'm good for like 4 or 5 months. Just serve now. That happened again. Except it was $47,000 the next time. And people were like, you know, will say to you like, well, that was, you know, a rare thing. Was it? Or was it when you are in alignment with what your soul's compass is supposed to do, you will be provided for. Maybe not in money, maybe in experience, maybe in joy, maybe in whatever it is. And I can tell you that same feeling happens over and over again, where the money's high and then it's down. But what I've learned through this whole process, and what I would love for people listening to this thing is, and you embody this so much. So what I love about you, Caspar, so much is you're a massive giver. And there's no surprise that your life is magic. That you drive the car of your dreams, that you have the business of your dreams, that people love to be around you, that you just emulate joy because you give so much. And like today I went, my bank account was low. I thought of you at the coffee shop. I said, yo, do you have gift cards here? And they said, yeah. I said, cool, give me $100 gift card. And they said, okay, cool. And then I said, gave it back. I said, the next people that come through here, tell them someone loves them that they don't even know. And the guy goes, are you sure? I go, I couldn't be any more sure. I wasn't abundant when I did that. That's when it matters. That's when the work matters, not when you're at the yoga bar in Bali drinking jamba juice and everyone is love and light. That's when the work doesn't matter. It matters when you come here and you're on the 405 and someone gives you the finger in their Porsche and you look at them and say, God, I love you so much. Mm. And that's been the mission of the man movement. Men get to be like that. Men get to say, when they get fired, they get to look at their boss and say, thank you. I'm full of gratitude for being let go. When their wives say, I cheated on you, thank you. I'm the creator of the cheating. Where did I cheat myself?
And that's something men need, right? That's something men right now need. And you know, it's not to say that women don't need it as well. Humanity may need a little bit more of that, and a little bit more of that self-love is really an act of giving. It becomes that way. And that idea of self-love, self-care that leads to health is really about embodying other people into that we live with other people. And it's not just only about you.